Oh, and there we are. Sports fans around the world, welcome to Up in the Stands Sports Show, episode 2. So, episode 2 with John.
E- Episode 2,
Here he is, episode 2.
Up in the Spans.
Oh, now are you? How have you been?
Warm.
Unbelievably
very
warm.
As we're recording this, 28 degrees. Good lord, above all men, it's warm.
Yep, 35 in my room at the moment. I'd like to kick off the podcast, sports show, whatever we're calling this. I just want to say, what an absolute baller Joe Linton is, by the way.
Always rated him, haven't we, Jim?
I mean, I've never had a bad word to say about the man. Unreal.
Same goes for Haller as well.
Yeah, but we didn't slag Haller off as much as
No,
as
I
old.
said he was alright. You said he wasn't that great. But...
I just didn't think. Yeah, even he admitted himself today that it was one of the worst games he's played in, but he still got 2 goals, and that's a striker's job.
Was that Haller?
Yeah, he was very critical of his performance, but we'll get to West Ham after we've got through the fixtures. So up on today's show, we're going to go through all the fixtures, just a quick oversight of the review of each fixture, goal scorers, talking points, whatnot. We've got a couple of quiz questions as always, a couple of songs, and then at the end, just a quick Bury update, and a quick Bolton update as well, because they're in the same boat as the other two, really. So let's kick off these fixtures then, John, with the game that we actually, kind of semi-live commentating on Friday's show, Villa-Everton.
Yeah.
Surprise?
Yep.
To you?
So, yeah, massively, yeah.
Yeah.
I expect a Villa win there. Everton, glad to see them lose, as always.
Yeah.
But no, Villa played very well.
They did, really well. They didn't have a lot of possession.
No.
But
But
what
when you're
they
down
did,
there,
yeah.
probably when you're down at bottom league, you don't have that much possession, do you? So
No, they're not going to have many games where they have the majority of the ball. But they have a good football inside. When they do put the ball together and put phases of play together, they're actually pretty good. Look good.
yeah,
Their last goal is
Yeah.
perfect example of that, isn't it? Good ball work, work play with the ball. Little bit gutted for Jack Grealish that he got it taken off him, because he would have probably done the same. But
he just megged him. that Megs was unbelievable as well.
yeah, little Meggies. But old Yorkshireman Wesley up top gets his goal.
Yep.
Well taken.
Yeah,
You can
very
remember
nice
it.
goal. Yeah, I didn't
Running a cross goal, and
see
then
it live, obviously, because
we both missed it.
I think we was listening to a song at the time on the Friday. Yeah, we both missed it.
I was just like this, fucking absolutely
unbelievable
raving.
content on Up in the Stands.
Yeah, we'll bring you the latest, but late.
Villa have scored, but we haven't seen the goal.
Neither of us have seen it. Disappointing Everton. Never really got into the game. They had a lot of possession, just in front of Aston Villa's back 4 with the keeper, and then John McGinn, I think, needs to take a lot of praise for how he got about the centre of the park, breaking up play. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Just a bit of a shock for Everton, really. I don't know. Must have just been an off day. They have them. Every team has them during the course of the season, though.
Yeah,
So
Everton seem to have more of them than others, though.
Yeah.
If they want to be, because we were saying that Everton slow starters, but we expect them to be up there top 6. If they play like they've played in the first 3 games, I can't see them being anywhere near it. Even their win was only a dodgy 1-0 win.
When they're challenging for top 6, they've basically, when they're not playing someone in the top 6, they've got to win.
Have to win,
Do you know what I mean?
Or at least get a result, like if it's away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I'd say even at most away games they've got to win, because if they don't win them, then they've got to take points off the big 6.
Yeah,
It's hard
exactly.
to do that.
When you look at the fixtures, I guess you give yourself no points against the big 6, or the rest of the top 6, and then kind of give yourself 3 points, maybe the odd draw. Yeah, I agree. So that was Friday night's fixture. It was good. I watched the highlights back. It was actually quite a really entertaining game. First game Saturday morning, Norwich Chelsea. Did you manage to watch this live?
Yeah, great game. This one, wasn't it? Yeah, I saw it live. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Chelsea first scored, I couldn't see Norwich getting back into it.
No, I couldn't.
Well, then that man Pukey popped up again, didn't he? After was it Cantwell or something? It's called.
Cantwell.
Yeah, he played well as well.
Yeah, coming in off that left wing, played pretty well. So
it reminds me a bit of Adam Lallana, you know, with the way he plays.
Yeah, when he was at Southampton, coming off the wing.
Yeah. Sort of like when he's got the ball, he does like funky turns and like something you can't really read, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Abraham opened the scoring with a
great cross, great finish,
unbelievable finish on the half twat. Or did he take full volley? Yeah. I think it was an half volley, wasn't it?
I think it just bounced just before he hit it.
Yeah, and then within 3 minutes, Norwich had gone down other end. Can't leave it at 1-0, so we made it 1-1. Little pun for you there. And then that man again, we praised him a lot in the last episode, Mason Mount.
Do you know what it was with his goal? It wasn't even a big chance, that, and he's put it away.
Yeah. He's pretty clinical.
That's a good sign of a like clinical striker. Yeah, because
there was two shots against United that he should have done better with. He hit the target, but it was pretty much straight to the keeper. And then there was 2 against. Who did he play after that? Was it
played us before? I think.
Yeah, but in the league.
Played us first game. I don't know who else that played.
Yeah.
Oh no, they beat Newcastle, didn't they?
Was it Newcastle? No, Norwich beat Newcastle.
Yeah. Oh, you on about Chelsea?
Chelsea, yeah. Mount, he had a couple of opportunities.
Yeah, they played United, and then did they lose last week? No,
they drew to Leicester.
Leicester, was it Leicester?
Yeah, there was a couple of chances in that game where he's arrived late at the box, and he just hit the ball not cleanly enough and just went stuffed his keeper. But if you give him 10 chances, he's putting 1 away.
Yeah.
Which is exciting, and then...
You got to think he's only young, isn't he?
Oh, he's only 19. He got 12 goals last season for Derby as well. So he knows where the goal is.
You can't ask for much more, can you?
No.
Midfielder.
Then Pukki made it 2-2. Oh, no, sorry. They went 2-1.
Just on the Mount goal. It was a great finish, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, Pukki's goal?
Yeah. Well, both of them.
Yeah.
I thought Mount's was top quality, and then... coming in off the left, and then Pukki's was just clinical.
That's how he scores.
Reminds me. Well, yeah.
He
doesn't remind me of Torres, but he reminds me when he finishes. It's something like Torres used to do. He's
down
just,
low,
when he gets the ball and
cross the goal. Yeah. He's always running away from goal, and he just seems to cut it back. And
yeah.
A little bit like Owen used to do as well. Just use his pace to get away from the goal, and then keeper sets himself the wrong way, and then he just fires it underneath him. Keeper could have done a bit better maybe for it, because he's kind of gone under him, hasn't it, and bounced in.
Well, he's got a touch to it, but it's one of them. Should we praise him because he's got a touch to it? Because it was because it was an alright strike.
Yeah.
Or do we say they should have done better? It's one of them, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. A little bit like, well, actually nothing like De Gea, but we'll get to that. And then Abraham pops up and gets his second of the season, second of the game.
Yeah, that was an alright goal as well.
It was, wasn't it?
Take it on. From like halfway in their half.
I think he played a 1-2, didn't he? And then took a heavy first touch away from the goal and then just back across goal again. That seems to be a lot of goals this season are going back across goal.
Yeah, it does actually. I've noticed that myself.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So Frank Lampard's first win for Chelsea. A little bit naive at the back again. We said that, didn't we? That they'd probably look good going forward, but they're going to concede a lot as well. It's almost got to be like, we'll just score more than you.
Yeah.
But
and he's not going to be able to do much with that while he's there until he gets the opportunity to sign players.
Exactly, and when you keep playing Zuma at centre half, you're gonna concede goals. No. So then we move down south to the South Coast derby, Brighton Southampton. One of the worst challenges you've ever seen with red card.
Yeah, it was horrendous. I don't know if you saw the clip before. One of his own players kicked him and he didn't seem too happy before the start of the game. You see that?
Yeah, he dropped like some chewing gum out of his mouth, then he went to kick it, missed it, and then booted it back at leg.
Hit him in Achilles. Yeah.
So he's already riled up.
He's just someone on pitch.
He's got a bit of chewing gum stuck in back of his head.
Yeah.
Lucky not to break his leg, in my opinion, because it was a horrendous challenge. Yeah. Horrendous.
And who was it? Was it Gineppo that he did it to?
No, the guy went off. It was
The day I thought he might have gone off.
Yeah, the replacement, Gineppo, came on for him and then scored like pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
So good goal for Gineppo, really well taken.
Yeah, well,
he smashed it near post.
Southampton. He scored on his debut. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Plays for Southampton. Scores on his debut. He'll probably score a few more goals this season. Liverpool will sign him for 75 million.
It's written in the stars.
Yeah.
And then another guy I didn't slag off, but I've been disappointed in the last couple of years, saying that he goes missing in big games, is Nathan Redmond. Right place, right time.
Yeah, become a big player for him, hasn't
he? Yeah. Again, I still think he does go missing a little bit.
Yeah, I do agree with you. He does need to do more for them. But he is one of their senior players now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And
what is that, like 27 now, I think?
Yeah. I don't know if he's that old, but he's getting on to where he's sort of, I won't say he's a leader, but he's one of their star players, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And when he scores, they seem genuinely to do very well.
Nathan Redmond is 25.
Yeah, I thought he was mid-20s, like.
So, what a brilliant game. Brighton obviously were done from the start once that red card went in, and Southampton has capitalised. Yeah. But I do, I will say Brighton did play some pretty good football, even with 10 men. So, the footballing aspect of it.
Yeah, they scored, didn't they? Got one. Was it one ruled out for a VAR, even with 10 men?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the one to watch, Brighton this year, I think.
I'm a big fan of them, and I'm a big fan of I think we mentioned it last week. Big fan of their Graham Potter. There.
Yeah. He's doing a good job at the minute.
He is indeed. So we're gonna play you a little song now. I can't remember what it is, but we'll come back and then I'll have a quiz question for John, and it's a real corker. It's a real corker, John. It's really gonna rattle your brains. This. So we'll join you after Rush Hour on the beach.
See you soon.
Goodbye. Oof, what an absolute banging tune, John. Unbelievable. I didn't even know what that song was. Yeah. And then it went on and I'm
nice one,
dancing around my room and I am sweating.
Yeah, it's horrendously warm, mate. Horrendous.
Oh, is it?
Go on, help me with this. Well, you not help me, but fire off this quiz question.
Quiz question for John. So, Xavi Alonso held the record for the longest Premier League goal by an outfield player, 63 yards against Newcastle. Do you remember that goal well, Jonathan?
Yep. Given falling over.
Yep. Was it Given or was it Harper?
You're asking a question there. I think it was either Harper or Given, yeah.
This isn't even the question, but I think it was Harper. Until someone popped up and scored from 66 yards, ex-Red. Who was that player?
Charlie Adam.
Yep, so the next game, Man United Palace.
Did they get that in one?
Absolutely bang on there, me old. Smashed it.
Apologies for the smashing of the quiz question. On to the next topic.
Twat.
Don't worry, mine's a bit better than that.
Oh, well, I thought mine was a banger. I didn't think you'd get it. I should have said Former Red. Did Former Red give it away?
No, I would have gone for Charlie Adam either way. I think it was against Chelsea.
No. Yeah, it was Stoke Chelsea. It was. Begovic a goal?
For Chelsea?
Yeah. What was Stoke days? I can't remember. So, next game, John. United Palace. Another one that I imagine you took a great deal of pleasure from.
Oh, get in. There's nothing I love more than tuning in to Jeff on a Saturday afternoon and seeing Man United losing.
I guess.
Get in.
I double as well, because Everton as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so a pretty good weekend for me, personally.
Yeah.
Being a Liverpool fan. But, yeah.
So, Andre Ayew put some up early doors. I hadn't seen the Ayew goal, actually. Yeah. I've missed that one. You have to talk me through it.
Alright, little finish. I think he takes it on the box.
Does he just Perez it in?
Past defence, ball over.
Little slot, far part.
And slots it left side. De Gea has no chance, to be fair.
Yeah. Bad defending.
To be honest, I can't remember the build up for it.
Right.
I just remember him running through and then slotting it left side at keeper.
Right.
Or keeper's right side, whichever way you look at it. But yeah, I can't really remember the goal other than that.
Fair enough. And then later on, missed penalty by Rashford after all that controversy last week.
I know, yeah. Well, I mean, what's going on with them?
It wasn't even that bad of a penalty, really. Like he's like if it's a millimeter inside, it's clipping post and going in. Like it's a good pen. It's just too. I mean, that's obviously in it. It's just too wide.
It's post, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but after what shite that's going on, you've got to put it in because
it's the last thing you want, isn't it?
Yeah, who's going to take next one? Give it to Daniel James.
Yeah.
And speaking of James,
I think they might have thought. Yeah, it's a great finish, wasn't it?
Lovely finish. And then he goes off and celebrates like he's got winning in League Cup final. It's like, this is United. You're probably going to go on and get a winning goal in the last minute. That's what you're famous for.
As much as he is a United fan, I do really like that one. Because he's obviously a young lad, and he's dreamt of scoring goals like that for United.
Oh, yeah. But you've got to take the occasion into it as well. Like, it's the 89th minute. You've just equalised. You're going for the winner at Old Trafford. You've got to settle for a point. You're not at Swansea now, boy.
And no, he's got to realise Fergie time is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It goes on for about 25 minutes.
25 days. And you saw that in Martial and Rashford went and just dragged him to the centre circle, but the goal itself, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Lovely goal. Yeah, and then where do we start with this? Patrick Van Aanholt picks the ball up in his own half, runs about 30 yards with it, plays it out wide to somebody.
I think it's Zaha.
Is it? Yeah, I think it is Zaha. Cuts in, plays it back to him.
I think he cuts in as a shot.
Deflected.
Bounces off the defender and falls to him.
Yeah. And then people should do better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
How many times in a season is he going to get beat near post?
Yeah, it's stuffed really, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. It's every year. 2 or 3 goals a season he concedes near post, and it shouldn't be happening. United,
especially with his quality.
So what's that? 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss for United?
Yeah. They've just drew to Wolves Monday night, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then
no, they beat. No, they drew, didn't they? To Chelsea first game, didn't they?
No, they won 4-0.
Oh yeah, of course they did. Yeah, big game at end, wasn't it? Big 20 minutes. And then we were saying we're worried for Palace, but if they continue playing like that, I mean, they were lucky. Not obviously, if penalty goes in, it's a completely different game. But they set up well, they played well.
I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, they set up well during the week. They got over the weekend. They might be offering Christian Benteke a new contract.
Right.
The guy scored 1 goal last season.
He's terrible. He didn't do anything at you.
I mean, what are they doing?
Yeah. I thought you were going to tell me they were going to look to sell it.
No, they should be doing that, but I mean, it won't go for much if he's only scoring 1 goal a season.
No.
Well, I don't get what possesses him to say, we're going to sit down with Benteke and make sure he's signed on for next year with all his input that he's doing.
Yeah.
He hardly starts.
No. On transfers, there's big talk of Zaha going to PSG as Neymar's replacement. Similar kind of player.
Yeah.
Not as good, obviously, but tricky winger, hard to get the ball off, unpredictable.
I think that'd be a good buy for both parties, really, because he'd obviously go over there trying to prove himself with a lesser league, and he'd probably be a star.
Yep.
And then obviously he'd have to perform in Champions League to then really get his name out there.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't see it as a cheaper alternative to someone that they're going to look to sign, but they could definitely.
No, but they're going to get 150 mil for Neymar, and he's not going to cost 75 mil, maybe 75 mil tops.
I think that's what they're after, isn't it? Yeah. 75 mil, 80 mil, yeah.
So PSG are laughing about that, really. I'd snap that up if I were PSG.
Yeah, he's a good player. It's just whether he can do it at the big stage, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think he will. I think he's learnt from his United days. Next game, Sheffield United Leicester. I enjoyed this one. I saw a lot of this game. Because of 1 goal, but we'll come to that. So Sheffield Vardy put some 1-0 up. Very Vardy-esque goal.
And then give it to fans, didn't he?
Oh, he give it to fans, all right. And his little tweet afterwards.
He's a Wednesday. Yeah, he's a Wednesday fan, isn't he?
Big Chef Wednesday fan. Big Chef Wednesday fan he is, yeah. Good goal, played down the left. Vardy's pace, smashes it near post. It's exactly.
Was it Madison who set him up? I think it was outside at Boot, middle of the park.
Let me get it up, so to speak. But
yeah,
Leicester played pretty well. Oh, my fucking phone's not loaded. There we go.
Yeah, again, if they want to be challenging top 6, they've got to go to places like that and win. It was just come up and it's going to be hard to win there, but that's got to do it.
It was a Maddison assist.
Yeah.
Well remembered, sir. McBurney equalises. Was it his first game?
I didn't see this one.
Just a glancing header, I believe.
Where have they signed him from?
I'm not entirely sure where they've signed.
Championship team? Or is it Scotland?
Scotland, I think. Hibs, maybe? He came on in this.
I've not really. I've heard of him, but I've never seen him play.
No. Oliver McBurney. No idea. Don't tell me.
That's him, yeah. Right.
But it might have been lower league, actually, because he's from Leeds. So, like, he was born in Leeds.
All right.
So it could have been some Yorkshire team. I've no idea. We haven't really prepped for that. I was on apologies. No. And then goal at season contender from Harvey Barnes.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, great strike, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's up there with Harry Wilson for me as the exciting youth prospect of today.
Yeah, he was on loan at West Brom last year. Got a couple of goals, didn't he?
Yeah,
came back to Leicester in Jan.
Yeah. Made a couple of sub appearances under Rodgers, didn't he, when Rodgers came?
Yeah. He's a bit of a live wire, isn't he? He's sort of all or nothing.
Yeah. But I think he's under the coach you want him to be. There's two people in the Premier League you want him to be under, and it's Pep or Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
And luckily for him, he's under Brendan Rodgers. So Leicester win 2-1. Good game, really. I enjoyed that game. It was just end to end. Sheffield United, for me, they were doing a lot better than I thought they would. I've got them going down. I think they could beat the drop. Watford are looking horrendous. We'll get to that, but
I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it's looking tight down there this year.
Yeah, but tight in a good way. Like tight as in like everyone seems to be like doing well. Like normally it'd be tight because everyone's just shite, but people are picking up points.
If there's a team like Huddersfield were last year, then that are consistently bad, that team will go down.
Yeah, and we thought that was Newcastle, but again we'll come on to that.
Yeah, and then but all the teams down there are picking up points, whether it's winning or drawing.
Yeah,
against teams that you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, exactly. Another game you would have thought would have been a different result is Watford-West Ham. Watford at home. Complete contrast, Watford.
Watford haven't started great, have they?
No, but I mean, like from last season, like you expect them to pick up a point at home against West Ham minimum. They got battered.
Yeah.
I
watched.
God, sorry, go on. So
was it a Noble pen?
Noble pen in the 3rd minute, and it was a stone cold pen.
I don't think I've seen first half of this game. I might have seen Gray's goal.
Yeah, so I can't remember who it was running in the box, and then he starts running away from the goal just to try and get a bit of space towards the edge of the box. He's just skipped past the defender, he's stuck his leg out, he's just booted him over. Stonewall pen, and Noble puts it away as he always does, and he hasn't missed in the last 2 seasons.
It's clinical front pen.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, it's clinical. Yeah,
then, like you say, Andre Gray's finish was pretty good. He got a lot of stick from the fans for some reason. From the West Ham fans. I don't know if he was giving him a bit of jip.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any connection there. He came from Burnley, didn't he? So.
Yeah. But there were a lot of boos going on when he scored. I guess you don't really want to concede. It's quite soon after.
It might be one of them things that's happened during the game and it's not being seen on the highlights, so it might have gone through someone badly or something.
When he scored, I thought, is there any connection here between Andre Gray? Did he turn West Ham down to go to Watford?
That's what I thought when you were saying that.
And then a guy you were bigging up last week, Sebastian Haller. Is it Sebastian Haller?
Yeah.
I've just guessed his first name there.
Yeah, Sebastian Haller, yeah.
2 goals, 10 minutes apart.
Yeah, first one, again, I'm struggling to remember this. I've only just seen him last night, so I should really remember them all, but was it a turn and...
Yeah,
I think the first one was a nice finish, wasn't it?
Turn and a nice little finish in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
I seem to remember, yeah. And then you can't forget his second one.
His last one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, unbelievable save
defenders,
on the first effort, though. Tipped it onto the bar. And then just a little cheeky overhead. I was like, oh, go on, who's this? Zaki from Wigan, 2008. Loves it. West Ham looking good.
Yeah, again,
mid-table.
If they want to challenge top 6, they've got to go to Watford and win, haven't they, really?
And 3 losses from 3 were Watford.
Yes, again, I think we both said on Friday night we worry for them.
Yeah. Definitely.
Could be a case of Garcia going first now. But they've come out this weekend and said that they've got the full confidence in him.
Oh, well, that means that he's off.
Yeah, they're probably already looking, knowing Watford.
Yeah. Any potential that you come straight to mind? Chris Hughton? He's available.
Maybe.
Big Sam.
Chris Hughton, yeah.
Chris Hughton I'd like to see there. He plays a good bit of football.
You keep him up, I think.
Yeah. So, it comes that time where we've got our third song. Oh, and there's a little guess of it there. And then it's John's question after that. And then we'll bring you the Liverpool, Bournemouth, Spurs and Burnley games. And then that'll be end of the stream. Just a short one on a Monday. So we'll join you after this absolute banger. John, I think you'll like this one.
Get in.
Tune, John. I thought you'd like that one.
Yeah, I do like it. I like the first verse and the chorus.
Yep.
And then the rest of it, it's not.
It's just a bit samey, isn't it?
But yeah. I do like the first verse. And
would you like an interesting fact for you? Liverpool fact? I've got one for you here.
Yeah, go on.
Liverpool finished 8th in their first season back in the top division in 1963. After being promoted, they have never finished lower than 8th.
Right. I think we finished 8th under Hodgson / Dalglish that season.
Oof. Horrendous times for a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Liverpool, that's John's question. 1,000 apologies, John.
Yeah.
Hit me with your riddle stick.
You might need some help from chat in this. So make sure you type it in the chat if you can give him a hand. But the question is, Nicolas Anelka is one of 2 players to have represented Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. Which other player has done that?
Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal.
And Arsenal. Yeah.
That's a good question.
I'll give you a couple of moments to think.
So,
and then it's a multiple choice, but I won't give you the multiple choice because you'll be able to get it straight away.
Right.
So I can give you clues on the actual man that it is.
The man. So it's a man.
Yeah. It's a man.
Right. Now is it down to half of the people in the world?
Yeah.
Get on. So it's for Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal.
I think we mentioned him in Friday's podcast, actually.
Right.
Coming to think of it.
I know where it is.
Go on.
I know where it is. It's only Yossi Benayoun.
It is and all, yeah, you're right.
Woo! Get on. You didn't give it away there, though, Simon Mitch. No, well, there's only a couple of people in chat. So moving swiftly on from another Liverpool-related incident, I guess. Liverpool 3-1 winners against Arsenal. Late kick-off on Saturday. I can only imagine you're buzzing off your tits.
Yeah, pretty good result.
Your man Joel Matip, first goal.
Yeah.
You back him, don't you? You like him a lot.
Outstandingly well. It's been outstanding, mate, since the turn of the year out, really. Honestly, he has. And I think he goes under the radar for how good he is.
Yeah, because a lot of people are still like, they need to find that centre-half partnership for Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Well, Van Dijk plays well with Matip, plays well with...
Do you remember this time last season, everybody was raving about Gomez and how good this partnership between him and Van Dijk's going to be. Yeah. Matip's keeping Gomez out. That's how good he's been. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been very well.
I'm happy with that.
And then
great header for first goal. But just before that, Arsenal looked really threatening with what they was doing tactically.
Yeah,
looking 2 up against our 2 centre backs.
Yeah, quick as well. Aubameyang and Pepe. Is it Pepe?
Yeah.
Is it Pepe?
Yeah, Nicola Pepe. Yeah.
Quick. He didn't impress me in this first game against Burnley. I thought he was didn't seem to have the power to pass the ball or shoot. But then I just think he just looked unbelievable. First player to dribble past Van Dijk, which is a stat that I don't agree with. It's just ridiculous. Like,
the thing that bothers me about that is people have come and gone and said, he's dribbled past Van Dijk, he's dribbled past Van Dijk. But the fact of the matter is, if people are saying that as a sentence, that's how good he's been. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are now pulling up the time that he's been dribbled past as a defender. That in itself is...
Yeah, that's all I've got to go on.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with...
Past him.
Yeah, I don't agree with the like stats definition of being dribbled past, because it's been dribbled past before. It's just because he wasn't going towards goal, it didn't count. I'm like, excuse me.
No. It's because he's not knocked the ball past him and then got to the ball after.
Got to the ball, yeah.
That's one of Van Dijk's strongest things, isn't it?
I think Gary Neville was a bit harsh on commentary. Like, he was saying, "Oh, you can tell Van Dijk's nervous." I was like, he just knows he's quick. He's just giving him a few yards.
I was thinking, you know what? I'm glad you brought this up rather than me, because I'm just going to sound like a toxic Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's come across like that from a neutral, because it just seems so like, I don't know if you've seen it about a week or so ago. He was saying that United will win the league before Liverpool if Guardiola goes after 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Because United are a young side and they're going to improve and this and the other. He just seems to forget that we've just won the Champions League.
Yeah, and you finished up a point behind with the second record points in the.
And then, in the first half an hour, is like it was like Arsenal are looking good here, like Liverpool don't look themselves and all this, and then we ended up being 3-0 up at one point, and they started saying, "Yeah, Liverpool look absolutely class."
Yeah,
when he hadn't really got a leg to stand on.
When he's been slapped in first, yeah.
Yeah.
Salah's first goal. Was it the pen that was first? It was, wasn't it? Clear pen.
Yeah, unbelievable pen, by the way.
Yeah. Stanchions.
Yeah, and definitely a pen. I mean, what's he doing?
So blatant, isn't it?
Louise.
And I'm glad the refs pulled it up, because it was blatant, but because he's not gone down, I did worry he wasn't going to give it for a second. But then when he gave it, I was like, oh, you got a bit of backbone here, ref. I'm happy with that.
What's your opinion on that, though? Do you reckon if something happens to you in the box and you don't go down, you should still get it, or do you reckon you have to go
absolutely down? No, you shouldn't have to go down, but you do have to go down to get it.
No, yeah,
9 times out of 10, yeah.
But then that promotes sort of, in quotation marks, diving.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But if you're legally meant to have got the penalty or a free kick or a foul, whatever, you've got more chance of doing it if you go over, which referees need to have a bit more bottle with that, I think, personally. And then Salah's second goal.
I don't think it's something that...
Sorry, go
on. Sorry, just quickly. I don't think it's something that VAR could help with either.
No.
To be honest.
No. Because it won't be a clear mistake, will it?
No. If anything, it's going to go against VAR, if I look at it.
Yeah, and just a quick thing on VAR. I'm going to say now, episode 2, match day 3 review. There will not be one incident this season where VAR will overrule the referee.
It's so stubborn.
Yeah. There's
And then do you know what it is though? The other day, I can't remember what game was it that Mike Dean was refereeing. And,
Tottenham game.
Where he got disallowed.
What, the pen?
He gave it as a goal and a foul on the keeper.
Oh, I don't remember. I
think it might have been Norwich.
Right. Oh.
It might have been Norwich. Yeah, I think it was. Giroud went up with Krul. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh,
Giroud went up with Krul, and the ball went into the back of the net, and he gave it as a goal, and then VAR ruled it out. But that, there was no official announcement of that. VAR just said, "Oh no, it's not a goal." Play on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he didn't actually go over to the screen and review it himself. So I don't get at what point of what decision will he be doing this? You know?
Yeah, checking
if VAR's just going to tell him that's not a goal, then they're just going to do that anyway. Why? What's the point of the screen?
Yeah, they'll never knock back the ref because. There's in the next 2 reviews we're doing, there's 2 incidences where Stonewall pen and no pen given, even though it was reviewed as well.
Yeah.
Even the commentators are like, what? But Salah's second goal, unreal.
Yes, got a bit off track there. Yeah. Oh. I mean, the ball. No one's talked about the ball from Fabinho into it.
Yeah, because it was the first time around the corner ball, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Alexander Arnold's drilled it into him, and he just whipped it.
Whipped it first time.
Ram the wing into the middle of the park, and then Salah's done amazing to touch it down, and then he just drawn Luis and knocked it past them, and then once he gets up to full pace, there's not many defenders that can catch him.
No.
Fair play to Monreal, he nearly did, but he just couldn't get goal side of Salah.
And good finish as well, typical Salah finish. He had a couple of attempts whipping it into that far corner.
When he gets past Monreal there, you'd put everything you own on him finishing it.
Yeah. And then there was something else about that game that I thought. Nice to see Oxlade back, that's what it was.
Yeah, he started against Southampton and played really well, actually.
Yeah.
And got taken off. And then I think he was unlucky not to start this game, but when we play top 6, he normally goes with Fabinho.
Yeah, and then brings him on for a bit of energy at the end.
Yeah, and then he normally goes between Fabinho, Henderson, or Milner, and then he rotates between them three.
Yeah, and Gigi. Well, again, Gigi, just unsung hero for me. I love him.
Second.
Right, and
he's good. He's good. He's brilliant.
Onto my team, City, Bournemouth. Standard City.
You said that they always give you a game.
Yeah, they did. To be fair,
yeah,
we controlled it a little bit more than we have done.
Yeah, when it was 0-0, it wasn't end to end, but both teams had the chances, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Keeper Ederson had to make a few saves.
Yeah, was he a bit dodgy that game?
He should have been sent off, in my opinion. It's correct.
Was it the first one?
Where he's running.
He's half Wilson on the
touchline. Yeah,
touchline. Yeah,
like he's kicked him in his ribs. Can't do that.
He's got away with that one, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And then again, that's VAR though. VAR looked at that.
Yeah.
And like, oh no, just stick with the decision.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm delighted because you see that save off his head.
Yeah, well, he couldn't do all about that. No, but literally hit him in the head.
Good save. Spread himself well.
Oh, meathead and all, hasn't he?
Oh, big meaty. So Grail put us 1-0 up.
Yeah, out of nothing, really, wasn't it?
It was out of nothing. I'm just trying to remember the first goal in my head.
I think he crossed it, sort of a misclearance, and then it's fallen to him, and he just slotted it away with left foot.
Yeah,
bottom left.
Yeah, it was a good finish. And then we went 2-0. It was 2-0. Yeah, Sterling, great play.
And it's crossed in box, arriving late, and then smashed it in, didn't he?
Yeah, good build-up play, lovely little through ball, and good finish because he took it.
I think
unorthodox as well. Like you didn't expect him to hit it then.
Yeah.
Normally he'd take a touch and just slip it into the far corner, but he just hit it on half twat, toe bang, boom.
Yeah. I think he'll be up there with KDV, Kevin De Bruyne for player of the year.
Yeah.
On Friday night. Your
secret assassin, your spy in the
Operation Wilson.
Operation Willow.
Work out, did it?
No, but one of the best free kicks we've seen in a while, I think.
Unbelievable from dead ball positions, isn't he?
Yeah. That's why.
I mean, if he ends up being a player, he's going to be very good at everything.
Yeah.
At the minute, he's good at being a winger.
Yeah, cutting inside.
If he tracks back, he tracks back.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuts inside and stuff. Yeah, and then dead ball, he's shown that already in 2 seasons how good he is. Especially for Derby last year, he scored. I think it was about 5 free kicks.
Yeah, and like you say, he could play on the
appearance for Bournemouth.
He scores his second goal.
Put it in top bins.
Yeah. So he could play on the right, cutting in as an inside forward. He could play on the left and just be a traditional winger because his delivery's on point.
Yeah.
He could play in behind because he's got that vision, and he's got obviously the ability to take on a long shot when he needs to. Just an all-round good player, and I think if he's
got a long shot from him, hasn't he?
Yeah, last week. I think it was pretty long distance. I think if he's not on Liverpool's books to play, they should get rid sooner rather than later because he needs to be playing. He proved he can play in the Premier League. I would like to see Bournemouth buy him personally. I think it's a good place for him to be.
For him.
Yeah.
But
him and when Brooks is back.
For whatever reason, that'll be a good partnership. Yeah. If we get rid of like Shaqiri, he could slot straight in there.
Yep. Yeah, he could.
It's just he's not going to get many games.
No.
Unless like
Salah goes. Yeah, exactly. So and then Aguero David Silva on a windy run and ball falls to Aguero, right place, right time.
Too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it this year going to be the year where he gets the golden boot?
No, I don't think he will. I think Salah will be up there again. I think he'll be up there, but I don't think he'll get it. Has he ever got one? I don't think he's ever got one, has he?
No, never got it.
He's always been
I don't think he ever got. Has he ever been in Team of the Year?
Yeah, I think he's been in Team like 2012.
Has he?
Yeah, for our league winning thing, I think he got in.
I don't think he was that year because I think it was Suarez.
What, when we won the
14.
league? No, first time we won the league.
Oh, the one where. Oh, right, sorry. It might have been, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it again, pretty much done. Oh, the Silva penalty to VAR and not overruled. I thought it was a Stonewall pen. Just stamped on his foot.
Yeah.
The boys through.
Guardiola wasn't happy, was he?
He wasn't. Right, when is he ever happy? Gordon Ramsay could cook him a perfect meal, he won't be happy. And lovely paella. Next game, and good timing from DG in chat because I can see he is not happy. So let's Spurs Newcastle. Spurs disappointing. Newcastle went there with a game plan I think they went to obviously just to draw, like stop them conceding.
In fairness to Spurs, it was very anti-football, wasn't it? It was so.
Oh yeah.
What he has said is part of the bus, and I do agree with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're fighting relegation and you are probably now favourites to go down, if you can,
Souness was saying on Sky, they've got to get used to teams doing that.
Yeah, and leaving your two most creative players on the bench. Like, you're not going to break teams. I know there's a whole lot of speculation around Eriksen, but you've got to play him.
Yeah,
you got to play him.
I mean it's difficult, that situation, isn't it? I mean, if he's not interested, then I don't think he should play him.
No, but
you need that sort of player to win the game.
Look at Coutinho. There was all that speculation around him, but week in, week out, he turned up, was starting games for Liverpool, putting in 110%.
Fair enough. Yeah, good point.
And
yeah,
do I think Eriksen's that kind of player? No, he's already packed his bags to go to United early on in the season in the transfer window. He wants out, and I think Lo Celso is a good replacement for him. But just why didn't you get the job done? Early July, get someone in, spend the money on players you need. Because I think
has he only got 1 year on his contract?
Yeah, so get him out.
Yeah, you need to get some money for him, otherwise, if he goes for free, it's unbelievable value, isn't
it? Did you? Let's touch on the greatest player ever to grace the Premier League, Joelinton.
Yeah, we've always rated him.
Yeah, said last week, didn't we? Like, why does your mum fancy Shearer when she should be a Joelinton fan?
Yeah, I know. I mean, she's fucking absolutely deluded, isn't she?
Good goal.
It's on the goal. Yeah, Atsu's played an unbelievable ball in.
Yeah.
Well, is it an unbelievable ball, or should Sanchez get a bit?
Sanchez.
I mean,
it's an hard one, isn't it? Because he's running back towards goal, and it's kind of caught him off balance a little bit.
Yeah, but I think Sanchez can see the full picture, really.
Yeah, he's just peeled off him. Yeah, he needs to be sort of square on so he can see everything.
At the same time, Rose should be saying, "There's one behind you here,
yeah.
Sanchez." You know what I mean? Keep with him or something.
Yeah, or covering him at least.
Yeah, and then if not, he just covers him.
Yeah,
and neither happens really.
Yeah, like DG's just put in chat now, it's the whole defence's fault. He's right, because right back should be closing him down on that left wing. Alderweireld's gone over too far. Sanchez has followed him, leaving Joelinton in between the left back as well.
Yeah, but great ball and a nice touch. And
lovely touch. And a great finish. He played well.
I think that's the sort of goals he's going to be scoring.
Yeah, I do as well.
From a Newcastle point of view.
His hold-up play was really good. That was mentioned on Match of the Day. He brought players in. And you have to, don't forget, Newcastle did have a few chances. Like, it wasn't 100% part of the bus. Like, they got him on the counter-attack a few times.
Yeah, there was the Longstaff one, wasn't there, where he could have crossed it.
Should have squared it. What's he doing? Two of them running in.
He's a decent strike, and the keeper does make a good save, but
it's one of them ones, and if it goes
still
in,
is the better option.
You think, oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
If he don't, because Salah gets in that position a lot, he should just square it, and he don't. Yeah, it's very selfish, but that's how he gets 30 goals a season. And then penalty controversy again, same as the City one. Do you think it's
remind me of that.
Ball gets played into Kane running away from goal. Lascelles is falling over and tries to dive in front of him. Personally, I thought it was a pen, but I could see what he was trying to do, the defender as well. John Terry-esque, just trying to get his body in the way of a shot.
Yeah,
but it's still a penalty. He brought him down in the box.
It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, I'm a defender. I don't think it's a pen, but I know why he's doing it.
Yeah,
he's done it for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. As a more of attacking player, I think he's not in control of his body when he's doing that. Like, he's putting himself.
No.
He's putting himself.
The letter of the law is he's stopping Kane getting to the ball, isn't he?
It's it was 100% going to have a shot. I know there's a defender coming in that could potentially challenge Kane for the shot, but that's what Kane does. Like, he's getting a shot off there. He's good at snapshots. You've got to know your players as a referee, and Kane's getting to that ball, he's having a shot on target, and he's stopped a goal scoring opportunity. That's literally the letter of a penalty, isn't it?
I think Yeah, I think if it was given a penalty, no one would have complained.
It's one of them. Yeah, exactly.
It was a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if now it's not being given a penalty, you can see why it's not being given. It's one of them. Do you know what I mean?
It's like
they were saying on over the analysts that over the weekend, they've been discussing it for hours and hours and hours, and they still are undecided. So it's not something that VAR can sort of intervene with and make the correct decision.
No, like, so it's one of them ones. If you can, you want the penalty, but if you Lascelles, you don't. Like, it's a flip of the coin. But personally, for me, it was a penalty. And then on to the final game. We got Wolves Burnley, and again Wolves I knew were going to be impressive, but Burnley have impressed me a lot this season. The kind of football they're playing.
Yeah, they've been doing all right, haven't they? I think the Europa League last year sort of messed them about.
Really, did you? They didn't have the squad.
Yeah, they didn't win till, was it like October or November?
Yeah, and did well to stay up, really.
Yeah.
But so Peter Crouch was on Match of Day last night, and obviously he was at Burnley last year. He didn't play much, didn't really do anything. But he was saying that every player knows their position, they know their role, their duty, what they should be doing, where they should be. They're well drilled, and
yeah,
it does show in the game.
Very Dyche in it.
Yeah, Dyche-esque.
Yeah, that's just what he is.
Yep.
Simple but effective. Like I'm saying.
And it got labelled a little bit of a long ball, but there's a long ball where you're just hoofing the ball up and hoping someone gets on the end of it. But they're playing, like direct passes into their strikers. Yeah, like it's not just a hoof and hope. There is like they're playing it down the channels, they're getting it in towards Wood. He's knocking it down off to Barnes, and that's pretty much how the first goal came about.
Yeah.
Ball got up to Wood. He's knocked it down.
They play very much for the second ball, don't they?
Yeah.
If they win the first one.
Yeah. Or even if they lose the first one, they've got 2 or 3 players rushing for that second ball.
Around it. Yeah. That's what they're fighting for.
But
no, just on the Burnley goal, they went 1-0 up, didn't they?
They did.
Unbelievable strike from Barnes.
And I'll give you a lot of credit here. I'll give you kudos, sir, because you said on Friday that he could be a push for England with only having 2 strikers really in form.
Yeah. And on Saturday night, I was a little bit sneaky as well with fantasy football and I put them team.
Oh, sneaky bastard.
And I looked down league and seen no one had them in, and I thought, you know what? He's playing Wolves on Sunday.
I'm gonna have a pop.
Definitely see him scoring. Yeah, so I switched him in.
Yep. And then it was all Wolves basically after that. A little bit. Burnley went a little bit Newcastle in setting up, but I think they put 5 at the back at one point and just tried to shut the ball out. And Jimenez penalty, 96th minute. Clear pen?
Yeah.
For you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm trying to remember this one. There's so many pens over the weekend. Yeah, it's just hard to remember. But no, this one definitely was.
Yeah,
he's done extraordinarily well with ball though, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah.
He's lured the defender in. He's shielded the defender, and then
made him make a decision, hasn't he? Down. Yeah, he's made him make that decision to go down, and he's just wiped his leg out.
Yeah, very good play from the striker.
Yeah, it was. And what was I going to say about him? Forgot. Penalty took really well. He could have easily lost his arsehole there.
No, obviously any time you're taking a penalty is nerve-wracking, but it's 96th minute, and to get a point for your team is one of the worst times, I suppose.
Yeah, unfortunate for Burnley because they deserve the win, but I do like watching Wolves.
I thought they did enough. But again, it's one of them things for Wolves. If they want to be challenging top 6, they've got to beat Burnley at home. Yeah. It's going to be one of the harder games. Don't get me wrong, but they still need to win it if they want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Top 6. But I think they might, just on Wolves quickly.
Yep.
I think they might really try hard for the Europa League.
Yeah, I was thinking that actually because they're smashing teams.
That could be their way into the Champions League.
Champions League this year, yeah.
Is where they want to go.
Yeah, and like we said last week, you can see them giving any team in Europe, in Europa League, a game at Molineux, and if they can just not concede,
the worst thing for them would be like a Liverpool or a Spurs finishing third in their Champions League group and going into the Europa League.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So that's all the fixtures dealt with. So we'll give you a Bury update. I've not got too much on Bolton, but you were saying that they've had a bid a bid fallen through over the weekend?
I think it was Friday night. They had a bid in place.
Yeah.
And everything was in place. This is Bolton, in place to be sold and then move on. But come Saturday morning, it fell through completely. The buyer withdrew his bid, and they're still in the same predicament.
Yeah, it's a bit shit.
I think the EFL now has come out and said they've got 48 hours.
Yeah, so they're in the same position Bury were in on Friday when we were reviewing Friday.
Yeah.
And just on the Bury, let's give you this screen. So Friday they had till midnight. What's his face? I can't remember what his face was. What's his name? Steve Dale. Found the buyer. The club have now the FA have now given till Tuesday 5 PM tomorrow to make sure the sale of the club goes through. I think it's the same with both clubs then. Yeah. So they've both got till tomorrow evening. I still can't believe no clubs have come in and just chucked in a couple of 100,000 to help them out. Especially Premier League clubs. Around Manchester as well, you've got Stoke, Liverpool, United, City. You've got all these big clubs that even Salford could like offer him something.
It's just one of them things, isn't it, where there must be somewhere like a Bury fan that's got like a little bit of money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they should just go and buy it, because obviously it's a massive responsibility, but just even say, oh, I've got this amount. If we want to set up a consulting with someone else or try and get a businessman involved, then, you know, to be the other majority stakeholder, then we'll take it forward and all this.
Yeah, or even
like if I was
a rich businessman, like it's quite a good massive publicity. I'm so and so of this company, and I've just rescued 2 football clubs or a football club. Like, you're going to be known throughout the whole footballing world. You're going to be mentioned on TV. You're going to have a piece done on you. You're going to be like the hero of that town. You'll make your money back if you've got a decent business. You know, like I don't know, like an oil tanker or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So fingers crossed for them guys that it all works out for them, because
I hope they're not going to liquidation, because it's just you don't see any team doing that.
A little bit selfish of me, but I'm worried about FM20. Like, what's going to happen? I want them to be in the game. You know what I mean? I won't mind doing a little Bolton save, trying to get him out of trouble.
Yeah.
I made a thing for one of my stream followers. Little Bolton save. So that's it, guys. That's all done. We've touched on every game. We've had a couple of quiz questions, a couple of songage, and we're going to leave you with our theme tune, because we write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. So anything you want to add, John, before we go?
We'll be back on Friday night. We're back on Friday night, and then I think it's the international
break after that.
With that yet.
We're going to fuck it off, I think.
We'll let you know on Friday.
I think we'll just do a Monday review show, you know, like a little... Nah, I don't even know if we'll do that. It's England, isn't it? It's just not interesting.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Let's all have a week off. Let's get hammered on a couple of jobs.
So we'll skip that one, and we'll be back up the week following. But yeah, this will be uploaded to YouTube, so don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, DJ, thanks for being chatty in chat. It's lovely to see.
Yeah, always welcome.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on the YouTube.
And if you like the show, tell your mates about us. Get us going round.
Yeah, get passed around. That just leaves us to say thanks. And we'll see you on the next episode of Up in the Stand Sports Show. Goodbye.